Hello, this is 3D printing in the Netherlands. Okay, to start, what is 3D printing? 3D printing, or additive manufacturing, is a process of making three-dimensional objects from a digital file. This is done through an additive process of combining material, often in layers. Typically, 3D printed objects are made by taking hundreds of cross-sections and creating each layer until the whole object is made. The software used to do this is CAD, which is made for designing objects digitally and converting them into physical objects. So, who is using 3D printing? A wide variety of fields are using 3D printing on a regular basis. It can be used for personal projects, designs, industrial objects, and even has precise medical uses. The company I chose, Actuel, uses 3D printing for sustainable architecture elements. They are based in Amsterdam, Netherlands, but have global impacts within their mission. Why use 3D printing? As mentioned before, 3D printing has many uses. These uses can help make certain tasks more efficient, as well as expand the possibilities of design. Actuel specifically uses 3D printing to help reduce waste within the building industry, which is currently responsible for 30% of the world's waste. Their goal is to reduce waste while still providing innovative products within this industry. This helps make the world a better place in doing so. So where are people using 3D printing, and what are its applications? The technology of 3D printing is applicable to industries and cities all across the world. I find the areas that interest me most are medical, engineering, and architecture applications. 3D printing is specifically useful in areas that require physical objects. I found the medical uses interesting as 3D printing is currently being developed to print human tissue. Overall, 3D printing can be used everywhere and is becoming increasingly efficient. When is 3D printing being used? 3D printing is being used whenever it is applicable to situations. Especially in the past couple of years, a large adoption of 3D printing technology has been on the rise. However, the reaches of 3D printing are still limited. I believe we will see a much larger usage of 3D printing when the technology is able to be produced for a cheaper cost. This is likely the largest barrier to mass adoption which it faces. So the big picture. How can 3D printing help reach SDGs, or Sustainable Development Goals, in the Netherlands? While there are many ways in which 3D printing can help reach Sustainable Development Goals, I found that Actuel, a Netherlands company focusing on reducing waste in the building industry, is using this technology in an incredible way. The company incorporates not only recyclable materials into their designs, but also uses ocean waste as building material. This is a big step towards a sustainable building future. The work they are doing can be adopted by other companies and help push towards sustainability all across the world. Okay, to wrap things up, I have a little two truths and a lie from the information I talked about in the slideshow. We're going to start with the first statement. 3D printing is the process of creating physical objects from digital files. And the second statement, 3D printing filament can only be made with plastic. And the third statement, 3D printing is applicable to medical, engineering, and architectural uses. Okay, I'll give you a second to figure it out. Okay, the lie in this statement is 3D printing filament can only be made with plastic. This is not true, as many other uses can be made, especially with the company I researched. They are using anything from recycled wood to ocean waste, helping 3D printing become sustainable, which is really nice. Okay, and then here's some of my works cited and the resources I used to create this presentation. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.